Winning the Pulitzer Prize was the high point of the journal, period.
May 6, 1968, Rocco first thinks something exploded in the darkroom because a commotion's going on in journal hallways. Suddenly, a colleague rushes over.
So he runs back. He says, come here, I want to show you something.
Rocco had won the Pulitzer Prize for news photography.
Boy, oh boy, Rocco, you won the Pulitzer. Wow.
It is journalism's highest honor. In that profession, there is nothing more significant. Think of an actor winning an Oscar.
Well, it puts you in another level. You're at an elite level.
Boy, we yelled and I don't know. We were very happy. Happy bunch of people.
And then, on his way home that night...
What made you want to stop at church?
I told you a long time ago I was a believer, man. And I stopped by the church. I went to the altar, stood there a few minutes, kneeled. I kneeled there a few minutes, and then I come on home. That's it.
Well, not quite. Actually, it was just beginning.
Cards and letters and phone calls from friends, long-lost friends, who heard the news.
Daddy never says, I won the Pulitzer. He always says, we won the Pulitzer. And by that, he means his family. And I know he means, too, all those people at the old journal. He always considered them his family.
And the family had a grand party to celebrate Rocco's accomplishment. By all accounts, it was a barn burner. And sometime during that evening, Rocco got, guess what? Funny, and surely a coincidence, but not long after the Kiss of Life, and right after the Pulitzer, things in Jacksonville began looking up. In fact, within 5 months, we'd be #1. And that mess, the mess from Dora, from corrupt city leaders, from a dismal school system, that mess slowly resolved and finally faded to distant memory. Oh, we're not suggesting the Kiss actually caused any of this, but it sure was a harbinger, wasn't it? A sign, a symbol, call it what you will, a herald of better days. Once again, Rocco's timing couldn't have been any better. As for the three men, the picture bonded them forever. J.D. and Randall remained with the Jacksonville Electric Authority, and not surprisingly, remained good friends.
Did he credit J.D. with saving his life?
Oh, yeah. Well, he just said that if it wasn't for J.D., he wouldn't be there.
Randall had 2 good decades after the picture. Then he had a heart attack and a quintuple bypass. J.D., along with Rocco, who by now had retired from the journal, paid a visit at St. Vincent's.
And I'm looking for him, and I hear this voice call out my name. That man had the highest spirits, and here he was laying there, and here he is yelling and talking like nothing happened.
Then, in 1991, another accident. Randall got a second jolt, this time 26,000 volts. It was devastating. But he lived another decade and doted on his 10 grandchildren.
We all got closer. I knew as long as I took care of him, he'd be here. He got to see all of his grandkids before he passed away. I'm just thankful that I had as many years as I did after that with him. I wouldn't have traded it for nothing.
What a wonderful feeling to have saved someone's life.
Yeah.
You gave him 35 years of life.
With J.D., the picture doesn't maintain a prominent place on his wall or in his life. In fact, until this interview, it had been a while since he'd even seen the picture.
A couple years ago, some neighbors had found out that I was the fellow in the picture. And so we got it out.
And even with Rocco, when the two get together here and there, well, neither one mentions the incident. It just doesn't come up.
Well, how you doing? I'm doing all right. You're looking good. We don't ever talk about that incident. Never do.
He started out as a newsboy on the street selling papers and retired a Pulitzer Prize winner. To me, that's just mind-boggling.
But not to Rocco. All this fuss, all this attention, it makes
it.
him squirm.
We go now?
A little bit more.
He likes it best when the flash bulbs point in the other direction. The quiet man who'd rather focus on the other guy.
I'm glad I could help somebody. Glad I could help somebody, because that's what that picture stands for, somebody helping somebody.
Somebody helping somebody. One man helping someone else. So ordinary yet so extraordinary. Are we referring now to the man or to his picture? This we do know. It's both. Rocco and J.D. may never talk about the picture, but others do.
This picture won a Pulitzer Prize.
And Randall Champion may be gone, but he lives on not just through his family, but through the picture. Seems that the kiss of life has taken on a life of its own.
Such a beautiful photograph of it. I mean, to be there at that moment in time and then to capture it well.
Here at JEA, the kiss is a key component in orientation training, even though these young apprentices weren't even born when it happened.
I'm hoping that they take away with it a respect for the job that they do. Don't take it for granted.
To me, man, it's amazing. You got guys like that. You got your brothers that got your back.
This is your first day on the job.
Yes, sir.
This going to stay with you?
Oh, yes, sir, absolutely. Till I retire.
JEA's not alone. Corporations worldwide, the Red Cross, national magazines all over the world have reproduced the kiss the past 40 years. Millions more have seen it, and the kiss has surely inspired thousands to learn CPR. So one wonders, how many of them, one day, got the chance to save a life? No one really knows. And then you think of that old saying, how a picture's worth 1,000 words? But imagine a picture that saved 1,000 lives. Maybe more.